Hello, everyone who is listening to this right now. My name is Sophie, and I am the host of What is K-pop? Like, what is K-pop? Who knows what K-pop is? That's what we're exploring. But what we are exploring today, obviously, this is the first episode, so it is going to be a little bit shorter than I'm sure it will be later, but just an introduction to me, I guess. So yeah, let's get introduced to me. I'm gonna have a quick drink though, because this podcast is not going to be cut or edited for these first few episodes, obviously, because I'm not getting used to it, but settle down, get yourself a drink. I'm going to have a drink too, and I will get into it in just 1 second. Okay, that feels better. I tend to do things really quickly, so, I probably won't actually have to cut that much, but you never know. Just point it. Sophie, you can talk for Britain. Please stop. Okay. So, what is K-pop? So K-pop is essentially, if you were gonna say to me, Sophie, give me a definition of K-pop, it is a genre of music from South Korea. Basically, that's what K-pop is, and it, well, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just music that's just happened to have been made in South Korea. So if you think of, I don't know, like Dynamite, the song by Dynamite by BTS. BTS is a K-pop group. Bet you didn't know that. Or maybe you did know that. Who knows? Can't assume anything. But basically, that is a K-pop song. It's not it's an English song made by a K-pop group. And BTS is a 7-member group who has been going on for 10 years. And actually, when me and my dad, we were talking about this actually a few months ago, he said to me oh, BTS have been going on for 5, 6, 7 years, or about the same amount of time as you've been into K-pop, Sophie. And I'm like, that couldn't actually be further from the truth, Dad. I get it, because you'd like to think that your daughter is getting into something right at the start, but actually no. They've been going along for 10.5 years now. They debuted on the 13th of June 2013. Today is the 23rd of February 2024. So a little over 10 years. And it's hard to explain it to someone who doesn't at least have some background knowledge on it. I'm trying to think of how to explain it. I love how I literally start a podcast about K-pop and I don't even know how to explain things. I love this for me. It's just going to be an absolute vibe. Also, if you hear random clicks or anything, life, man. My finger clicks a lot, and I move it a lot when I'm talking. Anyway, back to BTS. BTS is a 7-member boy group consisting of people who were born between 1992 and 1997. So from the age of 31 to 26. Yeah, 26. And yeah, and they debuted obviously back in 2013 with a song called No More Dream, and they debuted under what was called Big Hit Entertainment, but has since been changed to HYBE. Ooh, fancy, they've changed their name. But yeah, no, they were a big hit from 2005 to just after I actually got into K-pop in the March of 2021, when they essentially, like, I don't even know how to describe this. Basically, if I could, obviously I would have the camera on, but I literally look like a rat right now. You know, got my comfy clothes on, but essentially what it is that the company, like the company structure of HYBE Corporation changed, so that the whole like organization in which BTS and actually a group also created by HYBE TXT, which we're going to get onto in a second, they were under Big Hit Entertainment. Big Hit Entertainment changed their name to Big Hit Music, an entire new corporation called HYBE Corporation. Please do not quote me on this, because this is literally what I think is how they did it. They made this new corporation, obviously, when they were like making I think they must have like had private shares or something. Like, I'm not in business in college anyway, but like I should know this. But I think they didn't. It was a private company, so they couldn't like put shares out on the stock market, and so they bought out what was Big Hit Entertainment, created it into Big Hit Music, put it under HYBE Corporation. And so Big Hit Music is like a subsidiary under HYBE Corporation, but no one else owns any part of Big Hit Music other than HYBE Corporation. Okay, that was extremely long-winded, but essentially what that means is that HYBE has so much more going on with it than just music now, and this is because of the massive amounts of profits that have been gained from BTS's successes in going from, like, oh my god, I cannot believe I'm explaining this right now, but like from Asia into like the entire globe, just because of the amount of profit and like money that was being made from, you know, BTS becoming as big as they have done over these past few years, since like 2017, I'm pretty sure was like the year that most people consider as like the year that BTS like made it and became kind of what we know today as like BTS. I'm really wording this very strangely, I feel like, but oh well. What am I going to do? It's my first episode. I'm just talking. This is like my dream kind of thing, to just be talking to literally anyone about K-pop right now, because my parents, they have tried to learn about K-pop. Believe me, they have tried. Oh my god, they try so hard. And my sister, she actually got into K-pop a little bit earlier than me. She was kind of around for when BTS kind of released DNA and Idol, so back in like 2017. But she kind of, she watched more K-dramas and stuff like that, and I just was not, I was not in the right place mentally to, you know, be like able to, you know, appreciate anything upon that sort of realm of possibility. Anyway, on to kind of a bit more about BTS. What else can I talk about? I can talk about the members. Yeah, I can talk about the members. I've only got a few more minutes that I kind of want to record for, because I do actually have stuff to do. Like, literally, this was like last minute decision within like a few hours ago, where I was like, I want to start a podcast. So I have actually had plans for today that I've just needed to do. Like, for example, waking my mother up because she has granny naps, so I have to wake her up to do dinner. Anyway, off topic. there's 7 members. Going from the eldest, these are their stage names. And these are the names that you're going to hear probably the most if like you decide to get into K-pop, kind of for the like the first few bits, and then I'll run through their like actual proper Korean names with a terrible accent. So we have Jin, Suga, J-Hope, RM, Jimin, V, and Jungkook. Those are the 7 members, and their Korean names. And please do not come for me if I pronounce them strangely. The reason why I do it actually is because when I'm talking about them to my parents, they have to be able to, they just imitate a lot of what I'm saying, like the names and stuff, so then they understand. So then they know who I'm talking about in the future. I have Kim Seok-jin. I totally butchered that. Oh my god. Min Yoongi, Jung Ho-seok, Kim Namjoon. I have to take a second there to remember his name. Oh my god. I'm so sorry about that. Park Jimin, Kim Taehyun, and Jeon Jungkook. And those are their Korean names. Woo. Yeah. And I also just want to clarify, just in case like you're just like, what? 3 of them have the same last name, or like the first names. Think of it kind of like as though obviously I'm not going to reveal my surname, but like my name is actually Sophie. Like mine, well, obviously it's like mine. So I'm going to put my natural name down, Jesus. But I have, obviously it's Sophie, and then my middle name, then my last name. But in countries like South Korea, in Japan, in China, I don't unfortunately know about the other Asian countries, just because of, you know, I just don't know. I just feel like I need to point this out, that like it isn't out of ignorance that I don't know, it's just that I have so much to think about all of the time, that knowing this piece of information, like name structures and stuff, that I'm just like, I could do with learning it, but I think at this moment in time, you know, we'll save that for another day to get that piece of information in the brain. Anyway, so it's like the family name, which is our surnames, and then their like given name. So like it would be like my surname, then Sophie. Let's just give me a surname. Smith. Why not? Sophie Smith. So it would be Smith Sophie. And actually, when I was watching EXO Kitty, which is, oh my god, it is a career boost fantasy. Oh my god. But it's actually good. It's a good show. It doesn't take itself too seriously, which I appreciate. You know, we like a queen who does not take herself seriously. That they actually subtitle it. There's a character called Yuri. And how they obviously do the subtitles, they're doing it in a Western kind of style for the name, so it's Yuri Han. Anyway, completely off topic. 3 of the members have the same surname, like the same family name, but they are not all from the same family. Seokjin, he is from, I believe that Seokjin, he is not, he's from Seoul, so is Namjoon. They're not from the same kind of bloodline, or at least like the direct ancestry, because like knowing your ancestry is also kind of important. I've watched like K-dramas where they've been talking about it, so like there could be a whole like main family of Kims from like way back in the future. God, it's not the 1980s, Sophie. Jeez. Back in the past, in which like those people then had children, who had children, who had children, so on and so forth until the 1990s, where they had their children. So obviously, there would be some level of like connections there, but you know, it's probably not enough for them to kind of be like, we are related. It's just because of like family name and such. Anyway, Kim Tae-hyung, I don't believe there is any. Obviously, we don't know anything about like their ancestry in terms of like who their direct relative is from like the past, because you know, we know a lot about them. We can spare a bit of the knowledge. Anyway, but Taehyung was actually born in a town called, not town, well, town, city, part of South Korea called Daegu. Daegu? Yeah, I was just going to say it like that. Because, you know, I probably am getting a cold and I don't want to think about the pronunciation too much, because we're living and we're learning on this podcast at the same time as teaching. You know, if you can't do, you teach. Anyway. Yeah, that is BTS. So we have, just to recap, we have Jin, Suga, J-Hope, RM, Jimin, V, and Jungkook. Those are the 7 members of BTS, and they have been together for the whole 10 years of BTS so far. And in probably another episode that I'm going to film in just a second, because I'm having fun with this, I'm going to talk about TXT, or Tomorrow by Together. Yes, it's been wonderful speaking to you lot, and I'm going to have a good glass of my drink because I've been talking for the last 17 minutes, and as much as I can talk for Britain, I do in fact need a drink. But yes, it's always nice to talk to people. But yes, I have been Sophie, you have been yourself, and I am gonna go. Thank you for listening to the first episode of What is K-pop?